It's time to get your checking account to zero with free checking from PenFed. That's zero ATM fees, zero balance requirements, and zero time spent waiting for your paycheck to direct deposit because you can receive it up to 2 days early. Open your account with just $25 and see how big zero can be. Apply online today at PenFed.org/free checking. Early direct deposit eligibility may vary between pay periods and timing of payers' funding. To receive any advertised product, you must become a member of PenFed, insured by NCUA.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I tell you what, the novelty of shoveling snow has worn off. It is officially not fun anymore to shovel snow. You get that first snow in maybe November or maybe October, usually just November, and you shovel it and you feel good. It's a good workout, and you think, man, this is just a quality way to start my morning. Now that it's February, not so much. Not feeling it. Get up at 5, start shoveling snow, sweeping snow. We have this really light stuff, the low moisture snow that just it's fluffy and super, or not fluffy. I'd say it's just light. It's like you're shoveling dust almost, and so you kind of wonder if it's just kind of going up over and just settling down. So there's not a ton of it, but there's just enough to where if you pack it down, ends up being slick and annoying and stays forever because it's going to get really cold the next 5 or 6 days. So if it gets packed down right now, it's just going to be a glacier. Just going to be a glacier. So I'm not looking forward to that. But am back here on the podcast, a little bit late on this one. Been doing a lot of book editing. A couple episodes ago, I talked about my book being my manuscript being rejected by a publisher. So I decided to self-publish. Amazon has this great. Well, I think it's great. I don't know. You have to do all the work. So you're self-publishing, but they're publishing, and you get like 60% royalties, and it's free publishing. Make sure I read that right. But it makes sense because they have the ability to do such easy publishing, and you do all of the work. So there's no one there who's doing any sort of formatting or anything like that, or any editing. So you just send it to them, they publish it, and then 60% is actually a lot compared to other, even like book deals. A lot of times the publisher will do all the marketing, but you're lucky to make 10-15% on the royalties. So I don't know, we'll see. But I was encouraged by the email that I got, so I'm going to go with the self-publishing. So sometime this spring, I have a book out for you. It's going to be called Miserable Paradise, which is a reference to Ketchikan being such a great place to live, but also kind of miserable. And it's one of those identities that Ketchikanites adopt. And I think it's probably pretty consistent throughout. You know how you have a community of people who adopt the best and the worst of the community, and so there's the inside joke about something. Even people in San Diego talk about the June gloom because there's that marine layer of fog that sticks around and makes everybody depressed. So they all get through it together, though. That June gloom when it's 70 degrees, but you can't see the sun. Man, that's so sad. But Ketchikan, October, just a miserable month normally. And then December, January, when it's so dark and rainy or snowy or cloudy and you just can't see the light and you just want to see the sun. Even if there's no warmth behind it, you just want to see it. But you get through all that together and you have these cold days in February. We're probably going to get a ton of snow in March. But, man, it's worth it. So it can be miserable at times and it's wet and rainy and gross, but it's an absolute paradise when it comes to just the opportunities here for doing things outside and a great community that sticks with each other. And typically we have a lot of stuff in the winter to get us through together, which is pretty cool. And you have to have those things. You got to have that strong community that gets through the miserable times together. And that's just an ordinary winter. That's not counting a pandemic year. So, yeah, that's what I'm writing about. It was 2020 through my eyes and just kind of thinking about stuff as I went through with each month. And so I didn't write the whole thing after the year had happened. I wrote it like month by month. So at the end of March, it's like, wait, what's this pandemic thing? What's going on here? And then April is kind of, wait, we shut down schools. And then But all of it is about fishing and hunting outside of the last chapter. So it's fishing and hunting and just kind of what life is like here. So be getting that out, doing a lot of editing on that. Like I said, it's funny that you have some days when you're looking at, it doesn't have to be even book writing, it can be anything. You have this product, right? This something as an entrepreneur, as a whatever you're doing, you look at this and you think, man, this is a good job. I did a good job on this. And then another day, or maybe even the next hour, you look and you think, gosh, this sucks so bad. I'm such an imposter. I'm such a loser, and it frustrates you. But that's got to be with everyone. In order to get good, you have to go through all those times. And like a craftsman, someone that builds things, the first things are going to be terrible. But you have to get through all those things in order to get better, and that's, I think at all you have to have that critical eye. But man, it's frustrating, and it can hurt the confidence. You think that this is the best that you've ever been at something, and then all of a sudden you write something that just doesn't make any sense. Like, what was I thinking? It's like my brain was upside down or something. How would I write a sentence that just doesn't make any sense whatsoever? I've written sentences before. I've written a lot of them. And then I write that piece of absolute trash. So you just take a breath and you just keep moving. I think the part of it, too, is that you look at other people who have some sort of craft and it still looks good to them. So I think that's a confidence booster. My buddy Rob, who builds houses, he could make something. He used to do furniture, too. And I'd look at some of the furniture. I'd think, dude, this is beautiful. And he'd be able to pick out the little flaws. And so I think there's that's going to be part of it, is it good enough for the common person to notice, and only the really legit craftsman or tradesman would pick those things out? And then what does it make you do? Does it make you quit or not?
After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch? But after talking to them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. They cut out the cost of retail stores and pass those sweet savings directly to you. For anyone who hates their phone bill, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. I was hesitant about having to get a new phone and a new phone number, but with Mint, you can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone and your same phone number along with all of your existing contacts. Mint Mobile gives you the best rate whether you're buying for one or for a family, and at Mint, families start at 2 lines. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and to get the plans shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/waypoint. That is mintmobile.com/waypoint. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/waypoint.
So at this point, I've been writing a column for 12 years. I just got to stick with it. Just got to keep going. And I enjoy it. It's a fun thing to do in addition to teaching. But you just can't expect that overnight success. That's what I think Joe Rogan mentioned it. I'm sure he's a ton of other people have said it too. That an overnight success in Hollywood takes a decade. I'm sure people have said other things in business about that. 10 or 20 years it takes to be an overnight success because it's all that work that you don't see, that foundation that you lay, and then eventually you get there. And there obviously is a different level for other people. It doesn't mean that if you do something for 10 years, all of a sudden you're going to be successful and you're going to be well known. 10 years of writing a column up in Alaska newspapers and writing for Alaska Magazine, or getting these little breaks here and there, like that could be great and I can be satisfied with that. Whereas someone else, you might do 10 years and end up being a New York Times bestseller list, something like that. So success is always relative. Hopefully it brings some happiness, but you just got to keep going. You just kind of wait for your break. Actually, I think that's stupid. I think waiting for your break is dumb because that kind of implies that you're just sitting around waiting for like the world to notice you, as if it's its job to shine upon you because you're sitting at home and you're waiting for anyone to notice. I think that's pathetic. So maybe it's like working for your next break, right? Working toward it, then you get a break. Like, yeah, you get your first paid column, you get your first paid freelance article, and then it's a bigger magazine, and so you keep writing, and then a little bigger magazine, or, whatever it is that you're doing. Get a little break here, a little break here, a little break here, because you're working toward it rather than sitting around. I think we do a lot of sitting around and waiting. Like, you have this talent, you have this passion, this love, and the world is supposed to reward you for it. That's not... Like, everybody has stuff that they like to do. Just not everybody has the wherewithal to continue with it. It doesn't mean, like, you're going to be successful. It doesn't mean that... I mean, it could just be... like, again, success is relative. That doesn't mean that you stick with something for 10 years and you're expecting to become world famous. There's some arts and crafts people that you see at, like, trade shows or bazaars, things like that. Like, they just crush it. And their big thing is that bazaar, and they just have amazing crafts, and they're not really looking to get much bigger than that because they just like what they do. It's a nice little trade on the side, and they make beautiful things that you sell, and you think, dude, this is amazing. Like, this is such high quality, and it's awesome. And so, but that's their thing, it's just going to be you're going to see better and better stuff. Maybe they can charge more, but I think equating fame to success, I think, is another problem that we have, because then it just becomes about how many people know you, which is what our big problem with the social media is, right? And the amount of followers you have is directly related to your worth, which is insane. That's what we do. That's what we do. Not everybody, of course. If you have a lot of followers, and that's it's well earned for a lot of people. And I think there's kind of that honesty with those people that you follow. And you think, man, this guy is, or this girl, or this whoever, they've really worked at it, and I just really like the product that they provide, and I really like what they bring to the table, and I just like the honesty behind it. It's not just a huge, look at me, I'm sponsored, whatever. So, I know, we'll call that rambling this episode. Got to get some breakfast in me, head to school. We're at 50% capacity right now, which is kind of unfortunate. Had an outbreak in the town. And so it's just, you can see it in the kids. You can see how they react. They show up and, heads are a little bit more down. Like, they're not, despondent or anything crazy like that. But, they miss their friends, and they miss classes with bigger class discussions and things like that. So it's kind of wearing on everybody. But, hopefully we can get through it safe. And we get some vaccines for some people. But, so, thanks for listening. Be on the lookout for that book, A Miserable Paradise, coming out this spring by yours truly. We'll see if it's any good. Talk to you later.